In today's video, I am doing a follow-up for Terrors of London by Colossal Games. If you remember right, back in the past, I put out a video, a PSA video on the cards. Something that the company realized or recognized was that the cards sent out with the Kickstarter in some copies were not to spec and to the agreement on the Kickstarter. The thickness of the cards weren't as what they said they would be. So they put out the offer saying, hey, you know, we made this mistake. We're going to make it right. Put in the service request and we will send you a new batch. Well, I got my new batch of cards for Terrors of London, and one of the things that's really kind of impressed me about this was the fact that they even mentioned themselves the difference in the thickness of the cards is so unnoticeable that you know, if you have the error, you probably aren't ever going to notice it, but they still took it upon themselves to make it right. Additionally, this is a card game, so 90% of this game is this cards. Basically, they're giving you 2 copies of the game, or a second copy of the game for free, or you know, something that you can maybe do with the cards. I know with, say, like Magic the Gathering, one of the big fads now is to make custom print or custom art and actually paint the cards. And so that might be a possibility for me with these, is to maybe take a couple of these and do some custom graphics, and maybe do my own, you know, custom art for some of these guys. But for this video, I thought I would show you some of the original cards that came with the set and some of the new ones, and look at them and see if we can see any differences. See if there was you know, if it was worthwhile to have these, you know, sent out to us. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first one, where again, here is the original, here is the new one that I just got. And let's see if we can get that. As far as thickness goes, I myself, I can't tell. You know, and if you were to ask me which was the thicker card, I almost may even say that this, the original, the one that's supposed to be the thinner card, was the thicker card. They both feel the same. You know, they have the overall same look. I really do have a hard time telling the difference thickness-wise, which again is the reason they said, hey, we're going to send out new cards as, you know, as being anything different. Some of the things that I have noticed is the color seems a little different. Here, like, let's see if I can get that. I mean, I can notice a color difference and like where the cards stop. So the print on these, to me, looks a little different. Where again here, this one just looks, in the original, to me, that original looks a little lighter, a little desaturated maybe, I don't know. And then here, this looks a little more colorful, a little brighter, a little darker maybe. Brighter meaning the colors are a little brighter, but the overall contrast, I think, is lower, making that an overall darker image. So you can see here in the wall of the building, that definitely looks a lot lighter to me. And in here, you can see the top of the building. I can almost see, in this card, in the original, I can see the top. Well, here, I definitely can just barely see that top of that building. So the print on these is definitely different. But again, nothing so noticeable. Again, here you can see, to me, that's a very lighter, desaturated, definitely more gray in that, where over here looks a lot more red, The color is a lot brighter, even though the overall tone is darker. Brightness wise and colors wise, I feel like there's more color there. And again, you can kind of see that this image looks to me on these cards like it's been pushed up a little. But other than that, I'm not really noticing any difference. So if you haven't ordered your replacements, I wouldn't say it's a necessity. I wouldn't say it's something that you definitely need to run out and do. You know, unless you want a backup set of cards. But there it is. I hope you found this useful, and I hope it possibly answered a few of the questions, if you had any, about the card replacement for Terrors of London. Please feel free to leave me comments on this second set. What do you think I should do with them? Should I just leave them as backups? Maybe try to go with my own print scheme on some of them. I'd love to know your opinion, and I also love to know what you've done. Did you know, if you got this game, did you get the replacement cards, and did you notice a difference between your old set and your new ones? Hope you found it useful and hope you enjoyed. See you next time.